listing appraisals. So it doesn't matter whether that's for a sale or for a new management property. Can you do listing appraisals? Well, let's look at this. Let's refer back to some of all of the public health orders. Is real estate an essential service? No, it's not. So there we go. Do we have stay-at-home rules? Yes, we do, for the Greater Sydney, Blue Mountains, Central Coast, Wollongong and Shell Harbour areas. So what do those actual stay-at-home rules actually mean? Well, actually they mean stay at home. So, again, our common sense needs to stick in here. Only leave your home if you have a reasonable excuse, okay? Limit your physical contact with people you do not live with. Sensible. You must carry a face mask with you at all times when you leave your home in the Greater Sydney area. And with that, I'm including all of those neighbouring areas that are part of what we're now referring to as the Greater Sydney area. So there are reasonable excuses to leave home. And, some of those, are about food, are about if you're an authorised worker, and that obviously affects the Fairfield, Liverpool, Canterbury, Bankstown, Cumberland, Blacktown areas. And today, the announcement this morning was, Parramatta, Georges River, Campbelltown got added into that list. Obviously, we'll see all of that in public health orders issued that will come overnight. You can leave home for education if it's not possible to do it at home. You can go out for medical or caring reasons. So if you're going out to get a COVID test or a vaccination, then, that's all part of that. Let's have a look at what the rules are about leaving home to go to work. Okay, you may only leave home, and so here again we go down the path. You may only leave home to go to work if the business is allowed to open. Well, that doesn't include real estate. It's not deemed to be an essential service. Or if you can reasonably work from home. Then if you cannot reasonably work from home. Now, there's a whole range of reasons why you may not be able to work from home. It may be that you don't have decent internet access. It may mean that you don't have the facilities to work from home, that there are too many people working from home, that your mental health will suffer if you remain in the home environment. There's a whole range of reasons. So you actually need to look at where you're physically located. Obviously, the common sense underlying, part of all of these public health orders are stay at home. So, it's pretty straightforward on that one. So, what can we do here? So we get back to, can we go out and do an appraisal appointment? Well, let's go back to the basic regulations. So we go back into the Property and Stock Agents regulations here and look at Schedule 1, so the Code of Conduct. You must, as an agent, you must physically inspect a property before listing it for either sale or rent. Okay, physically inspect a property. Clearly, that would include doing that electronically. So if you're going to do a FaceTime or use some other online program, whatever that happens to be, there's so many different programs. We all talk about it and we generically refer to it as, FaceTiming somebody, then fine, do that. Even get the agency agreement signed via, DocuSign or any of the online signing platforms. So, there are other ways of doing it, but, fair trading still want to see that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, which is physically inspecting the property. Now, physically doesn't mean physically putting your 2 feet and your masked face through that front door of that property. There are other ways of going in there, and they're the electronic approaches. So no one's stopping you from listing a property. Now, obviously, this comes down to where you are in the state, and we've kind of got 3 areas here. We've got the areas which we've said before that are in the full stay-at-home lockdown areas, or the local government areas. So they're that have been in for a while: Fairfield, Liverpool, Canterbury, Bankstown. There's been added Cumberland, Blacktown in the last few days, and then today we've got the Parramatta, Georges River, and I've got it written here on a piece of paper, Campbelltown. Goodness, I forgot Campbelltown. And I've had 3 calls from there this morning. But that aside, so no, you're not going out. You're not going out for any reason. So this is about, in those areas, you're using electronic means to do your work. Getting into now the rest of Greater Sydney that isn't those severe lockdown areas with the full stay-at-home, don't leave home orders, then, again, be sensible. Let's look at common sense here. Again, use electronic processes whenever you can. If that means, you look at the property electronically, and then, if the person doesn't have access to DocuSign and doesn't have, hasn't the capacity to do that, then yeah, maybe it is about getting them to, going there, getting it signed, one agent, remember, getting it signed, getting out of there. So limiting the time that you're there, making sure that masks are worn, that, the hygiene areas of sanitizing, all of that is being used. So that is, it's because some people still need to list their properties for both sale and particularly for lease if people are moving in and out of properties that are rentals. So, there's a whole range of reasons there why people need to get their properties back on the market. Then you need to be able to facilitate that. Use every electronic and computerized system you possibly can to make that happen. But again, I've said the word about 5 times now, I'll say it again. It's common sense. Read the public health orders, look at the New South Wales Government COVID site, read the New South Wales Fair Trading site, and what you'll come away with is, okay, I better apply some common sense and make sure that I'm applying these rules. So really, if you're listing properties, now you can't go out just as you choose and do listing appointments the way you've always done listing appointments. You need to make amendments to how you're doing that. So, be sensible about how you're doing that.